All right, today we've got Jennifer Childers from Transcend with us because we're going to talk about millennials, and she is,
technically, a millennial.
although people will say that she's more of an old soul and a Gen Xer, because now Gen X, like me, are old. However, we do want to ask some millennials some questions, because I read an interesting article the other day that talked about millennials being the most brand loyal generation, but not necessarily job loyal generation. So I want to ask Jennifer about her brand loyalty and how that may equate to jobs and companies as a whole. So let me read you this sentence real quick. What millennials want from brands is clear. They want loyalty programs that transcend the transaction, genuine experiences, customer engagement, and convenience. So it comes back to the experience, engagement, and convenience. Jennifer, what do you say about that?
I think there are a lot of points that you mentioned that are true.
Okay.
So millennials are very outspoken. We all have opinions. We like
you especially.
Me especially. We like our feedback and our opinions to be heard. So we want brands that interact with us and that are going to build experiences and products around the feedback that we've given them.
You mentioned a makeup brand that you like, and what was interesting to me about that is you said that a Procter & Gamble is doing mass marketing.
Right.
Does not really engage you. But
No.
this makeup brand, which of course I don't remember what the name of it was.
So it's a makeup brand called Glossier. It's a $1 billion company now. It was started by someone who's a few years older than me. And a big thing that they did is they collected data about their target market.
Okay.
And so they collected data, they conducted research studies and built a product that they saw this segment of consumers within the ages of 20 to, I believe it was like 40, that this kind of type of makeup was missing. So the huge thing that they did a lot of social media marketing, a lot of interactive instructional videos on how to put the makeup on, and it worked, and it's been a very successful company.
So the question that Jennifer and I were talking about is, if you look at millennials and the fact that they are brand loyal, how does that relate to the companies that they're working for? Because, rightly or wrongly, millennials are seen as job hopping, and they jump around jobs a lot. And I almost make the argument that if a company did a better job of internal branding or building just a brand around something that millennials or their employees believe in, that the engagement and the retention would be a lot better. And so it goes back to me, my opinion, these 3 steps, and how do you engage that in the actual company, but obviously we care about office space, also in their office space, the collecting the data, to work on the experience, to work on the engagement, to work on the convenience. So again, as a millennial, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that millennials really want to see the same transparency that they like in their brands in the companies that they work for. So we are very aware when we're being marketed to and advertised to. And so typically we don't like those traditional avenues of advertising.
Okay.
Just as a company, a large corporation, if they're trying to come across as, progressive and socially aware, and they're putting out content about this, but they're not really building that into the infrastructure and the kind of the power dynamics in their company. So not just having incentives that are based off, just beer Fridays and hot lunches and ping pong tables, all those things are great, but they want transparency and feedback built into the company and the structure internally.
So, better branding internally to millennials, better retention, better companies. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Patrick.